That's it. And all our music is clean today.
Mommy, she wants you to smile.
Oh. I'm listening to the music. I want to listen to the music.
Got it.
Our manager said all the music is clean today. Okay, good. That's a good thing.
Change you, but it seems these other women were ashamed to you. You open your eyes and still remain to you. Got your body with the now I'm chained to you. Tried to kick ball chain so I could dance with you. Tried to powder beret, but it was foreign to you.
Yeah.
So I rocked the way, I'm losing me to you. Remember when I used to play with your legs and have to beg me to do it because it was nothing to it. Right and now, then touch your shirt.
Yeah, they kind of really.
Now you switching up the right.
What's her name? Foxy Brown kind of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take Foxy.
Okay.
But this shit is really slow. You ain't gonna have me stuck. I see that this is made for you. It's too much for you, but what am I supposed to do? Cause I'm in love with you. Got me feeling like a fool for putting up with you. Why'd I give it all to you? Everything I thought was true. Now you know it's hard to use a substitute. We were supposed to win for this war, so I double you. When everything that worked hard was material.
Thank you.
Our relationship is shit is credible. You wanna pay me feeling shit for you was doing you. I was rooting for you, boo. Now you got me doing you. They told me not to fuck with you. Your colors, I was seeing the truth. Make sure you're hot as nigga proof. Boy, you done shot at you. Now you bustin' shots at you. Feeling like you's infallible. Sexual, it's edible. Got me feeling like cannibal. If you knew, all the little things this nigga put me through. Like, whoa, my labels and no cables because it's federal.
Doing so good. Thanks, y'all.
Is it Krystal?
Yes.
This is the jam.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you're performing tonight?
What's the name of this track?
Love with you.
Love it.
Yes. Love the beats. Thank you.
Okay, that was Krystal with Love With You. I am just appalled. I love it. It has a whole different feel to it. It gives me that spoken word, rap, R&B all in one. I love
Absolutely.
it. So
Thank you so
tell us,
much.
what inspired you to do this song?
Well, first it was the beat. I haven't had the chance to sit with the producer and build music, so I pick my beats. I buy them.
Okay, and that's
Yeah.
another thing. That beat was very catchy. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's a whole different from what you're hearing. Like, a lot of things sound the same at the time, but right now, I'm living all of it.
Thank you so much. Well, the track itself is considered what they call new school. Is done by a producer that goes by the name of Contrabands, and I'm really feeling a lot of his stuff. So when I heard the beat, it was very different. I loved how it changed.
Yeah.
And then it gave me like almost a rock and roll type sound. I love electric guitars and things like that. The very first song I recorded, I had my uncle do a solo guitar on it because I love the way that sounds, kind of like Tina Turner.
Okay.
I have so many influences. I love Beyonce. I love Nicki Minaj. I love Aretha. I love Mariah, Whitney, Tina. So it's all going to sound, you're going to hear so many different influences.
I do.
Within the
I
music.
hear it. I hear
Yeah.
it. Like, the beat is sick. I love it. So do you play the guitar yourself, or?
I don't play any instruments.
instruments? Okay.
I tried to, join a band when I was in school, and I learned how to play the song, but I did not learn how to play the instrument per se. But I would love to learn how to play piano because I know if I learn piano, it will open my horizons and broaden what I can do with my music tremendously.
Okay.
But I do write my own lyrics.
Okay, good.
So anything that you hear me do, I wrote. I have a lot of written material that I can't wait to record, but I have to sit with the producer and build music around it because I don't want to compromise my melodies trying to put it to a track that's already made or one that I buy. So when I hear a track that I like, I'm forced to write new music, which is not a bad thing, but I have so much written material that's dear to me that I really want to put out. So any producers, can check us out.
So what do you need to do to get in your zone to say, you know what, I need to focus, I need to write this song? What do you need to do to get in your own personal space?
It has to just come. It comes. When I set out to write a song, it does not happen. It has to just come to me. I worked at UPS for like 6 years, and I used to work in those trucks unloading those boxes. Okay. And a lot of times I would be at work, and a melody would come, and first is a lot of times a melody, and that's why I never want to change it, because a lot of times it's the melody first, and then I put lyrics to the melody that I'm hearing in my head. And by the time I leave work, I could write a whole song. I don't have to write it down. So when Lil Wayne says he don't write his stuff down, I believe him because I don't write my music down a lot of times. It's in my head. So once I know it, I know it,
Well, I'm that person. I don't write music. But sometimes, I try to write like short stories or something comes to my mind. I have to grab my phone, go to the notepad, and
write it down.
Write it real quick so I won't forget. Because if not, I'll just completely forget and mind boggle. So tell me, what is next for you?
Well, I have 2 singles, Love With You, which is the one we just played, and Work, which was played a couple days ago here. And I think you're going to play it tonight as well. Those 2 singles, Work is going to be, I just submitted it to iTunes, and it's going to be on Spotify and Amazon and everywhere music is sold. Hopefully tomorrow. Okay. Should be the release date, so I'm really, really excited about that. Tonight there's a performance at Phase 1 to tie into what Someone Cares is doing tonight, so it's an eventful day. I just got to get back in the studio now. I want to create an EP and release that with maybe 6 singles. It's going to be entitled Side A and Side B, like back in the day when you had the cassette tapes and you had both sides. But instead of releasing 1 single, I would like to release 2 singles at a time, because as you would hear when you play Work, I like hip-hop and R&B. So therefore, one side will be more hip-hop and the other side will be more R&B, but I would like to release the 2 singles simultaneously instead of just 1.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Creative thinking.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you are talented.
Thank you.
And please know that you are a inspiration. Taking it from someone who is as dated as I am, and stuff and everything. The music is current. You just seem to have a natural flow of whatever it is that you're doing and everything, and just keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I want to tell you ladies as well, thank you for the work that you guys do. And I'm glad that you all are here so that people can know there are people that fight for our community.
That's right.
Whether you guys think that we're thrown to the wayside or not, we're not.
Absolutely.
I want to be an inspiration, just as Chloe said, and she's so young, so she's already an inspiration just being here today.
So much.
Absolutely. And you inspire me, even though you're a lot younger than all of us here.
Right.
You are definitely a big inspiration.
Really the millennial.
She is.
Right.
She is. Absolutely. But it's very admirable
That's right.
that she
Thank you so
takes
much.
her time to do what she does, because she could be doing anything.
Yes.
And there's so many girls out here that think that sex work is the only way for them to make it, and it's definitely not. I've always worked a job, a real job,
Absolutely.
and I get up and I go to it now. I'm currently the general manager of a restaurant, so the girls can't tell me what they can't do. It's very, very
Absolutely.
possible. Absolutely. But that's just my day job. I'm very, very focused on my music right now. I'm very excited. I know I have a lot of support. I know my mother is one of my biggest supporters. She's probably going to sell more of my music than I will. I'm telling you. And I'm just really, really excited and glad to be here again.
Okay,
Yes.
so when did you first start your music journey?
So, obviously, Stan is my manager. He's also my boyfriend. I met him, I believe it was January of 2015, 16?
Couple years ago.
2016.
Yeah.
We met last year, I think. And I reached out to him because I'm from Chicago. I've only been in Georgia a little over a year. I came last year in August to Georgia. When Stan and I met last year in January, I reached out to him because I was a part of a group in Chicago, and we called ourselves She. Stood for She Has Everything, SHE. She Has Everything, and it was myself and 2 other trans women of color, and we were, trying to put this girl group together, and we were, rehearsing and putting ideas together and all that type of things. And then one of the girls was like, "Well, there's this guy who has a label for trans women." I was just like, what? Like, who supports us? Like, who's rocking with us? Like, I need to know who this person is. And so I reached out to him to manage us, and he's very business oriented. So the first thing he said was, "Do you have anything I could listen to?" And we did not have anything to record. And there was a guy that had sent $50 that followed us on Facebook, followed me on Facebook, and he PayPal'd me $50 just to help as an investment to get us into the studio. For whatever reason or not, the girls' lives had got very busy, and they started being more successful in their regular lives. And one of the girls got married, and another girl started working, and it kind of disbanded a little bit. And so I went to the studio alone and recorded a song with my uncle in his studio. However, he has sort of a makeshift studio, so I couldn't release it as a single until I get it, to the quality that it needs to be. But that was the most fun experience. Like, whenever I go to my uncle's house, it's music. We play music, I sing, I get on his microphone, we play tracks, and my uncle has always been, he plays instruments. He plays the drums, he can get on the piano, he plays guitar really, really well.
Okay, so you come from
and so I come from, just come from being around music, and he was a big influence, whether he knows it or not, and me wanting to create music. Now, I also grew up singing in the choir, so that's where the singing part came from, but music was just always there. Anyway, I went to his house and recorded this song, and it was called Small Things, and it was a little bit more political compared to what I usually record, which is usually a love song, whether I'm rapping or singing. It's usually about love. And the song that I recorded was much more aware of what's going on. I talked about Trump a little bit. I talk about girls that always have their hair and their nails done and whatever, but their kids are, got runny noses and stuff. And it's like, come on, you got to get with that. What if he wants to grow up and be the president one day?
Right.
Look what we have to work with right now. So you have to teach him, you have to love him, you have to train him. So the song is very political, and I can't wait to record it. It has a heavy drum bass to it, and then my uncle's guitar solo on there with the electric guitar is really, really awesome. So that's how I met Stan. And once I went into the studio and recorded that song, then I contacted him and said, okay, I have something you can listen to now.
Okay.
And he happened to be in Chicago, so I sent him a video of me singing Killing Me Softly. And he said, I'll come meet you this day. And we met that day. He came, and we had a nice little meeting and went over, a plan of how he could manage me from afar. Then the next day, we went on another meeting, which kind of turned out to be a date almost. And I think we hung out the next 2 or 3 days in Chicago. And I had just been telling everybody, like, last week of June, I'm going to Atlanta. I don't know how I'm getting there. But in June, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm leaving Chicago. There's nothing here for me, blah, blah, blah. And he, we started dating. And he was like, well, you can come down here with me. And so I moved here to Atlanta.
Okay.
And we've been rocking ever since.
Okay, that's a prime example of speaking things into existence.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I did.
Okay.
The same way I said it. Absolutely. Yes.
So for those of you that are just tuning in, we are here. And we are here with Someone Cares Incorporated of Atlanta. If you don't know, they are